Good morning. This is Wednesday, August the 23rd, 2017. Reading from My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald and Biddy Chambers. King has got to get his ears scratched before he lays down. Okay, go lay down, buddy. Come on, lay down. Thank you. You gonna sit in my lap? All right. Today, there he's sitting in my lap. Must be gonna rain or something. When he gets anxious, he wants to get close. Today's hymn came before the reading while I was listening to Alistair Begg's teaching on anxiety. I see my recording is going to be interrupted by an anxious King George. So if it's interrupted, it's interrupted. That's the way life is. One little ditty came to me at the end of our prayer this morning. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Light the candle, everything's all right. Light the candle, everything's all right. When you enter into your prayer closet, you shut out the world. You light the candle. The other imagery that comes to my mind is that if you are in your lighted closet and you open the door to that lighted closet, to a darkened hall, notice that the light floods into the hall. The darkness does not flood into the light. All right. I have no idea why this dog is anxious, and he's not going to sit down, so we're going to proceed. Prayer choice and prayer conflict. Matthew 6:6. When thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and pray to thy Father which is in secret. Jesus did not say, dream about thy Father in secret, but pray to the Father in secret. Don't you hate it when people say, well, all we can do is pray? Prayer is an effort of will. Prayer is an effort of will. After we have entered our secret place and have shut the door, the most difficult thing to do is to pray. We cannot get our minds into working order, and the first thing that conflicts is wandering thoughts. The great battle in private prayer is the overcoming of mental wool gathering. We have to discipline our minds and concentrate on willful prayer. We must have a selected place for prayer, and when we get there, the plague of flies begin. This must be done, that must be done. What must take place is shut thy door. A secret silence means to shut the door deliberately on emotions and remember God. God is in secret, and he sees us from the secret place. He does not see us as other people see us or as we see ourselves. When we live in the secret place, it becomes impossible for us to doubt God. Hear that again. When we live in the secret place, it becomes impossible for us to doubt God. We become more sure of him than of anything else. Your Father, Jesus says, is in secret and nowhere else. Enter the secret place, and right in the center of the common round, you find God there all the time. Get into the habit of dealing with God about everything. Unless the first waking moment of the day you learn to fling the door wide back and let God in, you will work on a wrong level all day. But swing the door wide open and pray to your Father in secret, and every public thing will be stamped with the presence of God. Lots of imagery going on in my mind. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. That in regards to Jesus referring to Christians and him asking us to fellowship with him, to bring him into our lives. But the other imagery that comes into our mind, that should come into our mind, is that he wants us to open the door and go out into the world with him. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go unto the house of the Lord. Do you realize that wherever you step, the house of God goes with you? You never leave his presence. And so mentally, emotionally, we have to constantly shut the door, keep out the devil, light the candle. Everything is going to be all right. Everything. Nothing is outside of God's control. His Eye is on the Sparrow by Sevilla Durfee Martin, 1905. Music by Charles Hutchinson Gabriel. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is he. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Let not your heart be troubled, his tender word I hear, and resting on his goodness, I lose my doubts and fears. Though by the path he leadeth, but one step I may see. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. King is laying down and rested now, no longer anxious. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Whenever I am tempted, whenever clouds arise, when songs give place to sighing, when hope within me dies, I draw the closer to him, From care he sets me free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Every morning, as soon as I gain consciousness, I strive to say and commit to say, this is the day the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And often, not often enough, this song comes to my mind. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. The devil, he don't like for you to keep your mind stayed on Jesus. The devil, he don't like for you to keep your mind stayed on Jesus. The devil, he don't like to keep your mind stayed on Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We have a choice today, sweet Jesus. We have a choice to be out in the hall in the darkness, or we have a choice to shut the door, keep out the devil, light the candle, be in fellowship with you, and know that everything's going to be all right. And to that I can say amen and amen. Can you say amen, King? Yeah.